My life be like, yeah. My life be like, yeah.
Hello everybody and welcome to Smithy's Lifestyle. So this is the end of another week or a beginning of a new one, however you want to look at it, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about breaking news. Obviously, most of you will probably be aware that lockdown has just been re-announced for me in Wales, and I know a lot of other places in the UK as well, where been moved up to tier 4 or whatever the tier is now. I have no idea. It could be tier 10 for all I care. It just means you can't go out, doesn't it? So yeah, and I'll talk about the effects that has. Some positive things this week. I had a really good meeting this morning, and I'll talk a little bit more about. Yeah, we'll just talk about getting ready for Christmas, what the effects of the new lockdown are going to be, and what I'm looking forward to in 2021. And yeah, that will be pretty much it. So like and subscribe, and let's get cracking. So first, let's talk about weekly review. So last week I had final training session on court, as it turned out, for a little while. So I met with Glyn on Wednesday, and we had a good session. Did a little bit of a drill we call sort of laying up short, knocking on, knocking off, and then laying up again. I will explain a little bit more about the different types of shots, but essentially it's just a drill to focus on like the very specific shot types that you might play in a game. Hello, this is Jack ball first ball. 2. This is knock off. That breaks 6. This is knock on. Deep. Breaks. This is called a bridge. It just focuses on if you miss one, you then have to reset and start again, which is quite a good way of making sure you're on it, and it puts the pressure on a bit. And yeah, it was a good session. And then the rest of the week I've been just working. We had a Christmas quiz stroke celebration on Friday afternoon with the squad. That was really nice. Some really well deserving awards went out. So for excellence, commitment, teamwork, yeah, across the board, really good. My teammate Will got a special mention in a category because basically he was nominated for many different things, and he ended up, so they gave him a special award for being having a great year. And yeah, he has had a brilliant year. He's totally transformed himself this year, a totally different person to what he was 12 months ago. So yeah, shout out to Will, good boy. Looking forward to being able to train with you and play with you again next year, and obviously Claire Taggart as well for the team stuff. So it's looking good. It's exciting for us as a group. And yeah, some other note speakers. So we had Helen Ferguson, our lifestyle coach, is leaving us, and she's moving on to a new job in shooting, I believe. So congratulations to her. And obviously we'll miss her because she's transformed us as a Boccia group in terms of how we deal with sort of lifestyle and our sort of stuff outside of Boccia. She's totally transformed that performance lifestyle side of things, and it's made a huge difference to myself particularly. She's forced me to reevaluate my life quite a bit, and I know other athletes are really appreciative of the work she's done, so good for her. And then other people would be, so for example, Andrew is our new psychologist, and he got an award for teamwork because he's really brought the team together this year. Obviously we needed quite a lot of psychological support with the whole COVID stuff going on, but actually we used the time effectively, and and he's brought some new ideas, and it's just been really nice to have that. So congratulations to him as well. I know there were some other awards I can't remember off the top of my head, so sorry guys, you can shoot me later. But no, it's been a good year, and it was nice to celebrate it. Obviously the awards weren't necessarily slightly different to what we did last year, but it's nice to recognise people, I think. And I think as a whole squad we were pretty satisfied with everything that was going on, and so congratulations to everybody who won the awards, and as a squad I think we've done really well this year, and as Helen, our team, our boss, performance director, said, we've shown our resilience this year, and I think it shows that sometimes when you in times of adversity the true colours come out, and I think as another person that I look up to said in a quote recently, you make steel has to go through the fire first before it becomes steel, and I think as a squad we've certainly toughened up this year, so good stuff. So proud of everybody, and it was really nice. And then the quiz went quite well as well, and I was on the winning team for once, so hey, I'm not sure I contributed that much, but good quiz, it was good fun all round, and nice to see everybody before Christmas. And the rest of the week, obviously been training, been working out and stuff, and then the weekend, just been trying to go around town, did a little bit of Christmas shopping, and then obviously lockdown was announced last night at midnight, which was great. So in light of the current situation and announcements, I thought it would be good to introduce you to Michael, my carer. He actually is signed off today, and he should be on his way back to Croatia right now. However, current situation means that Michael is stuck with me probably over Christmas and into the new year. So I just thought it'd be good to talk to Michael. Michael, how long have you been working with me?
Oh, quite a long time. Year and a half.
Yeah, it's about that, isn't it? Yeah. And I guess you found out like I did yesterday. We were both banging our heads together trying to figure out how to get you to the airport. So your plan, you were going to fly yesterday, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, just today.
Today
Actually. And you didn't actually find out through the airport, did you? You found out through the Croatian government website.
I'm still hoping to fly on Wednesday, because my Wednesday flight is still not cancelled. Yes. I'm a bit over optimistic, but I'm still hoping.
Who knows? I mean, like, no one really knows what's going on at the minute. We know the flying and stuff, but so the situation would be now that I have another carer who's taken over from Michael. So at the minute we're all living together under the same roof, which is a bit weird. Like normally you have one carer handover and another carer not. So so me and Michael are going to have to be roommates rather than the employee carer, which should be fine. I've done it before.
Hope so.
We did 23 weeks in the first lockdown, so it should be okay.
We have plenty of gin.
Yeah, I think we'll need it. Just thought I'd let you guys know that the situation is ongoing, and it's difficult for everybody, but especially for someone like Michael who's worked with me for how long was this stint? 4 weeks?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. And he was due to go home and see his son, and now he can't. All the plans have gone out the window, and actually Michael's due to work with me again in the 13th of January, 19th of January even, so he could end up not having a reasonable break, and that's all due to the situation. And obviously the ticket that Michael was trying to get was 650 quid, and now he's having to cancel it. Thankfully he can get that money back, but there's a lot of people that have bought tickets earlier and they can't get refunds, and it's a bit ridiculous really. I think we both think that the government could have maybe been a bit quicker telling us this was going to happen, so that people could at least plan, rather than spring it upon us last minute. But I guess it's the same for everybody, and it's just pretty rubbish. So yeah, that's about it really.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse. Yeah, you could have been stuck on the plane or stuck at the airport, I suppose.
Like, there's thousands of people stuck around.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I thought we would highlight, that situation with you guys. And you met Michael now. Michael is a pretty permanent fixture in my life, and it's just a bit shit really that we plans are made and we can't stick to them because the rules are imposed at such a critical time. So yeah, all a bit rubbish. Anyway, I will thanks Michael for answering the questions, and carry on as we go, I guess. So now we're in lockdown, which is not really changed my plans as such, because I didn't have any plans particularly. I decided not to plan anything because you can't really. But now obviously my plan is set because of lockdown. Has sort of made sure that nothing can happen. So I won't be going down to see my parents. I'll have to maybe moonpig them some presents or something. I don't know. We'll see. But that's my sort of plan going into Christmas. And then so I was feeling a little bit flat, and then this morning I had a really, really good meeting with Herbalife, with my organisation. BIG, they set up this thing called Game Changer, and it was the 7th year they've done it, I believe, and I qualified for it this year. It was just really nice to meet other organisations from different parts of the world, from Belgium, France, and other parts of Europe, Italy as well, I believe. Just really, really cool to have a sort of big sort of chat with other people, and really good content, and motivational, and exciting for the new year. Some news on the horizon as well, so that's great. One of my team members has jumped up to supervisor, which is like a big step in the whole how the marketing plan works, and she's been awesome. She's lost about 4 stone. She was due to have bariatric surgery, and she's managed to reverse that trend. She's lost loads of weight. Her husband's lost a load of weight as well, and she's just so much more confident and more happy, and just she's buzzing at the minute, and it's so nice to see. She's really lovely person, it was quite sad to see her in August, sort of really upset and sort of fearful of life, and now she's just buzzing, and I can't wait to see what she does in 2021. Really, I think it's really exciting for her. So shout out to Kate, well done, good girl, you're smashing it, and you've been a pleasure to work with, and I couldn't be prouder of you. So for myself, I guess I'll talk a bit more about why I got into Herbalife. I mean, I've been using the products for sport mostly, because obviously it was informed sport, so I know that it's all batch tested, so it's all safe and legit, and I don't have to worry about doping violations and stuff. And I've been using it for about 3 or 4 years, maybe, going in from Rio, and then it's just gone from there really. I became a member, obviously took a slight discount, which made it easier, and I've just been using the sports side of it, so the energy drinks and stuff, and I just I noticed that it was better than other energy drinks at the time, and I was getting, obviously when I was in competition I was winning, so it was suggested I was having good results. I mean, I was winning before, but that and other parts of my sort of performance definitely changed since moving on to that, so it was obviously a winner. But I was never really interested in the business side of it. I was just like, I was too busy with the sort of life, with family life and weddings, and and just sort of setting up. And then a couple of years ago I started thinking about my secondary career, because with Boccia I felt like once I'd won the World Championships in Liverpool, and moving into Tokyo, I was feeling like, well, what's next? You kind of get to a point I've been doing it for 15 years now, and I pretty much won everything there is to win in the sport. And I know the sport is always evolving and more and more difficult each year. But the actual the sort of the rewards are the same, as it were. And I mean, and I'm not just doing it for the medals and for the for the funding, but it's a part of it is a motivator for me. And I just felt like I was working harder and harder each year, but the rewards are always the same. And obviously Boccia's not blessed with sponsorship, so I just felt like I'd hit the plateau in my development through Boccia in a way. I felt like I needed something else to really challenge me and sort of take me in a different direction. But I didn't want to give up Boccia either, because I feel like I'm still in my prime and I've got a lot I can still do in the sport in terms of records and longevity and inspiring the next generation of players and all this sort of stuff. And I just so I was sort of stuck between there, and I wanted to do a secondary career, but I knew it would impact on my Boccia. So like I was thinking about teaching, and again I knew I'd have to go back and do a GCE, and I didn't really want to go back into education because I'd done it for a long time with my aerospace engineering degree, and I knew that would distract me from the training for Boccia and stuff, and I didn't want to be distracted. I wanted to do something on the side that would complement it. Thought about going into something like occupational therapy, and then realised I needed to get a brand new degree for that, so it wasn't even a case of a refresher or a transfer course. I had to do another 2 or 3 years of uni work, and I just really couldn't be bothered. I don't want to do any more education. I want to just get on with something. I want to, I want instant kind of work and reward. And even if it's small to start with and gradually build it up, I'm happy with that. But I just want to be doing something that has instant, feedback. Whereas with education, you're studying. You don't really get any feedback, and you're not guaranteed a career at the end of it either. So, as I found out with engineering, to my cost. So yeah, that was difficult for a while, and trying to find the career that would match with Boccia and not hinder it. And also, will I have to move to different parts of the UK? Didn't really want to move at the minute. Didn't have the finances to move, the freedom or the opportunity. So I was, felt limited really. Feel limited because of the, obviously tied to the sport because of the funding side of it, because it is my sole income. Tied to Swansea because I have my accessible flat, and it's difficult to find accessible places anywhere. And also caring wise, I felt like my care package was really good in Swansea, and I knew that if I went anywhere else I probably wouldn't get the same support. So again, that's a factor for feeling stuck, and just all things. I wasn't earning enough to be able to compensate for that. If I was on a lower funding package for carers and stuff. So it's just all these things started making me feel a bit almost trapped in Swansea, trapped in Boccia. And feeling like I was at a glass ceiling almost. I had dreams and aspirations like anybody else. I'm 31 now, and I feel like I want to be earning more so that I can give more back. I had dreams about buying my dad a Jaguar before he died, or getting my parents a house, or a bungalow or something, so that they could live out their retirement in peace and quiet without having to worry. Get my sister out of Eastleigh and help her on her path, and get her into something that she can really enjoy rather than working her legs off, as she does at the minute. And just these things, and obviously the rest of my family and friends, and just being more active in society as well, and being able to fund, because I was a member of the Green Party for a while, but it got a bit too political for me. But I felt like we were just sort of activists and not really doing very much, just cheesing people off, which I didn't want to do. I want to bring people with me, not get people's backs up. So again, everything that I ever had ideas about doing, or dreams about doing, I never felt like I'm not within that anywhere near at the minute of achieving them. I've done driving and all this stuff, and obviously Boccia is a big factor in that, and I really appreciate everything that I've been able to achieve with Boccia and travelling and being able to but you know, success breeds success, and I just want to do more and more and more and more and live my life harder and harder and harder. And I feel like at the minute I felt like I hit a ceiling, and there wasn't anywhere else to go, unless you know things drastically changed in the sport with funding and sponsorship and this sort of stuff, or you know other career opportunities came up, and they just never did. So lockdown started, and I was just dealing with stuff, dealing with family, and coming to terms with my wife having left me the year before, and just these sort of things just came to a head in first lockdown, and just I was able to deal with them, but it also made me reflect and think, you know, I'm 31 now, I'm in my prime, I don't want to be stuck here forever, I don't want to be doing the same thing I'm doing now when I'm 65. You know, I want to explore the world, I want to be, you know, seeing different places, I want to be meeting different people, and just broadening my horizons really as much as possible. And I don't want to be stuck in the social services system. I don't, you know, my dream, my ideal would be to be able to fund my own care, which is about 40 grand a year if people didn't really know. But to live in care, it costs about 40 grand a year to fund it all, for me, my package anyway. And I mean, I'd like to be able to do that myself, to be totally financially free from institutions. You know, so I'm a fully contributing member of society, you know, with not owing anybody anything, not taking anything from the government, and also being able to, you know, treat myself and, you know, treat my family, and, you know, just enjoy life. It would be nice, wouldn't it? And so, that was my motivation really. And then obviously, middle of lockdown, I just started thinking about it. Spoke to my who got me into Herbalife, Chris, and he just showed me a little bit of the marketing plan again. He'd been trying to get me in for years, and I just said, "Oh, I'm not ready." I kept on putting it off, and then he just said, "Just try it." And I jumped on the groups. I got into the calls. We have about two or three calls a week. Met some really nice people, really positive people who are going places. You know, civil engineers, physios, nail technicians, just you name it, all walks of life, different areas, different parts of the UK, different parts of the world even, and just really nice and really positive. And I just got a buzz for it. A couple of meetings went, and I was like, I think I can do this. Signed up the first couple of members in August, I believe. I think the first couple of guys were surprised because it was Sarah, my assistant, and Barry, my old coach, and both of them were people that I thought, all right, I'll never jump on, they'll just tell me to sod off. But they did actually, and they both had a really good result from it. So I think Sarah lost a couple of stone, maybe a bit less, and Barry lost a couple of stone, and they're still gaining results from it. So I'm really chuffed that they're benefiting from it, because that's the main thing. Obviously, more about their results than any financial gain that I might have from it. And obviously I met Kay through a group, and she was desperate. I think she was looking for a hoist sling at that point to be able to go to a hydro pool, but she was too heavy for the hoist, and therefore she couldn't go to the hydro pool, and therefore she couldn't exercise to lose the weight that she was trying to lose. And I just said to her, well, do you want to just try this? Are you open-minded enough to give this a go? I think I can help you. Got her on a plan, gave her a sort of accessible fitness routine, using some of the stuff that I already knew through Boccia and stuff, as well as some of the techniques that my physio had given me, and then obviously using the Herbalife products as well. And she it flew off her. Like she loved it, and she's gone crazy ever since. And it's still flying. And then I've had other customers on and off ever since, really, and just been gradually building. And I'm always a perfectionist, so I'm always looking to go further. With these things, I want a bigger team. I want more members. I want I want to influence more people. I want to be able to talk to more people, etc. But to be able to start with something, and after only 3 or 4 months have a fairly regular income, which has meant that I've been able to, effectively pay for my parents to get on it, and obviously help my dad lose quite a lot of weight before he had his operation on his knee, which was awesome. And he's recovered all good now. He's walking fine, walking the dog, good old Maggie. Yeah, Mum started getting on it as well, and it's just been, and my auntie's just started too, and it's just nice to see my family sort of benefiting from it as well. That's the main thing, isn't it? I don't, obviously the money's great, but it's more about helping people, and I can see it. I can see the opportunity. I can see in the future, I can see myself in a year's time earning, 3 or 4 times what I'm getting now, but also, having 3 or 4 times as many people to talk to and as many people to help, and it just keeps building, and it's a snowball, and it just grows. And I'm reading some personal development books at the minute, which are awesome, and it just really changed my whole way of thinking about money and just finance in general, and it's also changed my way of thinking about life and how to live it and what we're trying to achieve, and not settling for security. Just all sorts of things really. I just feel really positive and free from it. It just makes you feel, although I'm not financially free yet, it makes me feel free to have that opportunity in the window, and I know that the only thing that's stopping me is myself. I know that if I put the work in, it's easily possible for me, as it was possible for people above me, next to me, beside me. The possibilities are there. You just gotta fight. You gotta work for it, and the work has already been laid out. It's all clear. It's obvious. It's duplicatable, and so I'm really happy with it. And I can't thank the group that I'm in enough. They've been really supportive. And it's just nice to have that positivity, and it feels weird actually, like you're in lockdown and the world's going to pot and everybody's sort of down in the dumps a bit, and I'm feeling quite good. And it's almost like you almost feel guilty about feeling good, like I'm sorry, I'm feeling all right, but I'm just trying to influence more people to actually that it is possible to come out of this with some positivity. I know people have suffered, and I know people have died, and it's and COVID is crap, but it will go away. Obviously the injection is going to take a while to get out to everybody, but I think for me 2021 is looking really positive. Tokyo is definitely going ahead, which is great, and I will be there at my damnedest to win it, as I was before, but now with a different mindset again. I think I'll be more free because I won't have to worry about the fact, if I lose, I'll lose a little bit of funding. I don't need to worry about that anymore, because I know that actually if I want more money, I just have to work harder at my secondary business. I feel like I've got all the options available to me, and I'm really positive about it. So that's why I'm with Herbalife. And again, there's other methods, other network marketing companies available. And I'm not saying it's the be all and end all, and some people love it, some people hate it. I get it. It doesn't bother me, and people can hate it as much as they want, but I love it. And anybody else that loves it, I would be more than happy to share my experience with them and see them develop as I have. So so that's sort of a bit more about me and a bit more personal. Sorry I waffled on quite a bit. Hope explains a bit more about why I do what I do. Have a good Christmas, everybody. Really tough times, I know, not being able to see anybody if you're in lockdown. Hope you get out of it all right, and don't forget 2021 is a different year, and we can use this year as motivation, inspiration to really push it through. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in 2021, and let's smash it, whatever we do, and let's just really go for it, and let's live a bit. Let's live the hell out of life. Cool. Have a good day.